Outlets during the war would film the war and broadcast it on the news. Did you interact with any of the news reporters during the war? What was your opinion on them?
I didn't see any news reporters, and any news I did see was through Stars and Stripes, and it was always the positive. They never told you about what was actually going on at home.
Did you see any of the war while you were home, or no?
You mean after I came
Like
back?
after you came back?
Oh,
did you?
yes, yes.
What was that like?
It was nightly, and it was just disturbing because I didn't know half of that stuff was going on. We thought, we just thought that we were winning all the time.
There were many riots at various colleges that protested against the war. What was your opinion on these protests? Were they good or bad?
Well, it was good that they were able to do it, and it was bad that some people got killed doing it.
Do you remember anyone specifically, or
Kent State.
Kent State? Yeah, that's the big one.
Yeah.
All right.
That was totally dumb. Giving live ammunition to National Guards. That was.
I guess this leads into the next question. How did you respond to the government handling these protests like the one at Kent State, where the National Guard killed 4 students? Most have been said to agree with what was done at the time.
I mean, when you look at what we were doing so they could protest, and then you wind up hurting them because they protest, it didn't make sense. So it was just, I wasn't offended by them protesting. They probably would have been better off letting them just protest than to try to stop them.
Yeah. The South Vietnamese were said not to be as motivated and determined as the American troops while fighting the war. Do you have any opinions on the South Vietnamese troops?
The South Vietnamese troops.
Well, did you work with any, or?
I did, and they just, as long as we were there, they were happy. They weren't confident in their own abilities because we were there to help them.
Yeah.
But once
you guys were gone,
they just felt like a house of cards. So that effort alone was just devastating. A lot of people I knew.
Okay. Many of the men who were drafted into the war fled to Canada and other countries to avoid going into the war. Did you know anybody who did that?
No, I did not.
Did you hear about any people who have done that, or like on the news? Was there any stories?
Yeah, I heard about the news, and I heard that some people that decided to come back were arrested. What became of them, I don't know.
Okay. What was one of your favorite memories that you had while you were in Vietnam?
One of my favorite memories was...
I imagine there's not.
No, there was a lot of...
Just good memories?
Yeah, funny things.
Joking around with guys?
Yeah, we did a lot of playing of volleyball and stuff like that. And at the time, where I was stationed at that time was in Da Nang. I was playing with the son-in-law of the President of the United States, who was a complete ass. Because he was the son-in-law of the President.
So he was very cocky?
He was cocky, and if you were to strike the ball and hit him, he would get upset. But the other officers would calm him down and say, just either play the game or get off the court.
The belief at the time was that if one country were to fall into communism, it would create a domino effect where multiple countries would fall to communism. Did you believe that, or did you just believe that one country would fall and maybe another would not?
Well, we were kind of influenced that if we didn't stop them in Vietnam, they would go to Cambodia, Laos.
All the other Asian countries?
And it, like I said, it's, how should I put it, the people that live there, their governments are kind of on the outskirts because it's, unless you're in a big city, the villages outside are self-contained, so they can live with anybody and govern.
All right.